Your mother has been gone for 15 years. But right now, your father is standing by the front door with his coat on, asking where she is. And he is getting more frightened by the second. So, do you tell him the truth? Do you say the words, she died? Or do you say something else? There is a kinder answer than the one most of us were raised to give. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what to say in that moment and the one honest, well-meant sentence that can quietly break their heart over and over again. I'm Dr. Crystal Agner, a licensed clinical psychologist, and this is why they do that. Today, one of the hardest questions in all of dementia care: what to do when the person you love asks for someone who has already passed away. If this is happening in your home, I want you to know something first. This is one of the most common and most painful moments families face. Your mother asks for her husband, gone for years. Your father wants to know why his own mother has not come to visit. Your wife asks where the children are when the children are grown, with children of their own. And it is not a one-time thing. You answer, and an hour later the same question comes again, as if for the very first time. If that is wearing you down, you are not doing anything wrong, and you are not alone. So let us start with why. Because once you understand what is really happening, the right response becomes so much clearer. Dementia does not only take memories, it scrambles time. Deep in the brain, our sense of when we are, our place on our own timeline, comes loose. And very often the person slips backward into an earlier chapter of their life that feels completely real and completely present. So when your father asks for his mother, understand what is happening inside him. In his mind right now, he may be a young man. And if he is a young man, then of course his mother is alive. He is not forgetting a fact he should know. He is living in a different year. From where he is standing, his question is the most natural one in the world. And here is the part that matters most for what you say next. When you correct him, when you say, "Your mother died a long time ago," you are not giving a gentle reminder. You are delivering the news of a devastating death for the first time. He feels the full grief, raw and new. And then, because the illness takes the new memory too, he forgets. And he asks again. And if you tell him again, he grieves again. You can put someone through the worst day of their life on a loop without ever meaning to. So please hear this. The blunt truth, repeated, is not honesty. It is a fresh wound given again and again to someone who cannot hold on to why it hurts. Which brings us to the reframe that changes everything. When your loved one asks for someone who is gone, they are not testing you, and they are not being difficult. They are reaching for something. So ask yourself, what does this person mean to them? A mother means being cared for. A husband means being loved and not alone. So the real question underneath, "Where is my mother?" is very often, "I feel frightened," or "I feel lonely and I want to feel safe again." Your loved one is not giving you a hard time. They are having a hard time. And the person they are asking for is exactly who they reach for when the world turns frightening. Once you hear the need underneath the question, you can stop debating the facts and start giving them what they are truly asking for. So here is what to do instead. Practical, gentle, and you can use it tonight. Number 1, do not lead with the truth. Do not correct on reflex. Take a breath, and before you answer the question, look for the feeling behind it. That pause is what makes everything you do next work. Number 2, meet the emotion, not the fact. If your mother asks for her husband, you might say softly, "You really miss him, don't you?" That is not a lie. That is you answering the part that actually matters. Naming the feeling helps her feel understood, and it settles her more deeply than any fact ever could. Number 3, step into their world and invite the story. Instead of "he's gone," try, "Tell me about him. What was he like?" Ask them to talk about the person they are missing. Reminiscing shifts them out of fear and into a familiar good memory. More often than not, the anxiety settles and you are left with a calmer, more contented moment. Number 4, reassure first, then gently redirect. Let them feel safe with you. You're safe. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. And then guide them softly towards something comforting: a cup of tea, a photo album, a favorite song. You are not tricking them. You are walking them out of the fear and back into the present, one small step at a time. Number 5, if you do need to answer the where question, you can be honest without being brutal. She's not here right now is completely true, and it is gentle. You do not have to invent an elaborate story, but you also do not have to force the whole permanent truth into a moment that cannot hold it. And number 6, the hardest one, the truth itself. Do you ever tell them? Sometimes, yes. If your loved one is having a clear, lucid moment, if they are calm and genuinely asking and able to take it in, then gentle honesty can be the right choice. It can even give them a moment of real grief that they need. So here is the rule: follow their lead, not your own discomfort. Offer the truth softly, watch what it does to them, and be ready to comfort. But if it devastates them, and they will only forget and ask again in an hour, then the loving choice is to stop reaching for the fact and start reaching for the feeling. This was never about lying to them. It is about protecting them. Quick note before we finish. If you would like the exact, gentle words for these impossible moments written out and ready, the free What to Say sampler is a lovely place to start, and the full What Not to Say guide goes deeper on the language that soothes instead of wounds. Both links are in the description right below this video. Okay, let me say the most important part. Because so much of how this goes is not about finding the perfect sentence. It is about you. Your loved one may not be able to follow your words anymore, but they read your face, your voice, and your body perfectly. If you answer with panic or with that tight, correcting edge, they feel it and the fear grows. But if you slow down, soften your eyes, lower your voice, and stay warm, they feel that too, and they begin to settle. Sometimes the answer that calms them most is not a sentence at all. It is your calm. And let me say something directly to you, because there is a grief in this that no one warns you about. Every time your father asks for your mother, you lose her again too. You are the one who remembers. You are holding a truth he cannot hold, and you are choosing, out of love, to set it down gently so that he does not have to carry it. That is not dishonesty. It is a generous, protective choice. And it costs you something every single time. So go easy on yourself here. If the blunt truth slips out one day because you are exhausted and grieving and human, you have not failed him. This is one of the hardest jobs there is. One gentle note before we wrap up. If asking for a lost loved one comes with deep, lasting distress, if your person seems inconsolable or newly agitated, or the searching becomes constant and frantic, mention it to their doctor. Sometimes a sudden change like that has a treatable cause underneath, and sometimes there is real support and comfort that can help. Reaching out is not overreacting. It is love being practical. So let us bring it together. When the person you love asks for someone who has died, remember where they are. They have slipped back to a time when that person was alive. And the blunt truth, repeated, only wounds them again and again. So you pause. You meet the feeling, not the fact. You invite the story and let missing turn into remembering. You reassure and gently guide them toward comfort. And you follow their lead on the truth, always choosing to protect their heart over proving a point. Because underneath, your loved one is not really asking where their mother is. They are asking whether they are safe and cared for and not alone. And that is something you can always answer with a yes. If this helped, the free What to Say sampler will give you the exact, gentle phrases for these moments. And the What Not to Say guide goes deeper on the words that comfort instead of wound. Both are linked in the description. And if this channel is helping you, please subscribe, because we take these hard moments one at a time together. Thank you for the patience and the care this takes, and for carrying what you carry so they don't have to. It matters more than you know. I'll see you in the next one.